Yeah, there you go. Oh man, what's up with these people? How they be getting caught? Man, that's a bad picture, man. We gotta let him sit there like that for a minute. What's going on right there with that picture, man? What's good, bro? What's going on with that? Oh, Uncle Murder. Whoa, you know what I'm saying?
On television first tonight, about 80% of Americans now say the country is going in the wrong direction. This picture explains why we all feel that way. It's an Illinois who got out of jail without bail. The NYPD arrested him after he beat up two cops, and as you can see, he is flipping the bird to the cameras as he walked out of jail, flipping the bird with both fingers. And he's not going to be deported because New York is a sanctuary city. We showed you the video yesterday of 4 illegal immigrants beating up 2 cops in Times Square. It turns out there were 5 attackers, actually. Not because they were trying to get away or the cops were trying to arrest them, but just because they could. They wanted to get into a fight with police officers. They were arrested and then let out of jail promptly, almost immediately, thanks to the no bail policy in New York. 20 years ago, you'd spend time at Rikers for jumping the turnstiles in the subway, but not this guy. Just think about the past 5 years, how things have changed. Defund the police, no bail policies, George Soros-backed prosecutors who refuse to prosecute a myriad of felonies, the open border, sanctuary cities, the release of virtually any illegal immigrant into the United Cross. Sort of explains the demise of blue cities we've seen, especially over the past couple of years. You think about the demonization of the police and the lack of support for police. It's all right there. Johan Boada, 22 years old. He's the 5th guy in this lineup. And actually, there is even more to this story. The New York Post reports 4 of the 5 arrested in beating the police officers have already fled New York or California. They allegedly gave false names to one of the many groups that give free bus rides to illegal immigrants, and off they went.
Now, again, like I said, this is probably layered, right? This is a layered issue here. You know what I'm saying? This is all of these people giving fake names on top of fake names, because the names that they're probably using here are probably fake. Shout out to Kiko. What's good with it, bro? Real quick, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you guys. We got 56 people watching. That's what's good. Smash that like button if y'all haven't smashed it yet. Also, if you guys haven't shared the video, please make sure you guys share the video. If you come across this and you're watching it on Twitter, make sure you share it on Twitter too. I forgot I was going to tell y'all, I was going to say something else to y'all, but I totally forgot what I was about to say. Let's get it.
This conversation isn't really political. 80% of America believes we are heading in the wrong direction. Even New York's very liberal governor talked about deporting the 5 who were caught.
Oh, yeah. So let's get a poll going. If you guys feel that America is going in the wrong direction, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not feel that America is going in the wrong direction, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to DSB. Yeah, they crying about the cop hero. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Mike TV. Mike TV killing it today. Make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for Mike TV with the 10 ducats. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Mike says, pause. Please explain to me what George Soros-backed prosecutors are. I remember it used to be a conspiracy theory that George Soros was the quote-unquote man behind the curtain. Now the news is name dropping him. One thing that I would do if I was you, bro, is I would check out what's called the Open Borders Society, and George Soros has a Twitter account. It's actually at George Soros on Twitter. I would go back and read some of his tweets that he posts. And if you read the tweets that he posts, a lot of things will become self-evident. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people in the comment section. I know you guys know what's up with Soros. You know, they get kind of weird with talking about Soros on social media. These news channels are allowed to do all kind of stuff, like show these fights and it's okay, but we can't. So if you guys are versed on Soros, make sure you guys drop some information and some sources, especially the people with the wrenches, in the chat from Mike TV. And I was going to say the same thing, because what he just did was ran off a bunch of QAnon talking points right here on the mainstream media, which I find fascinating, because now we're just doing that now. You know what I'm saying?
On camera. beating up those two New York cops.
Let's go.
To be fair, she doesn't have the power to deport, and New York is a sanctuary city, so her words ring a little hollow. New York City law prevents the NYPD from working with ICE. Republican Congresswoman from New York, Nicole Malloy-Torres, is with us now. It's nice to see you, ma'am. Thank you. Help us understand how we got here, perhaps more importantly, how we move on from here to get things at least moving in the right direction.
Yeah, what you're seeing is city, state, and federal policy from Democratic lawmakers coming to a head, and it's really become a disaster for our community.
Bro, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. There was that situation with that kid, or no, he was a man, with that man that beheaded his father and had his dad's head in a bag, was posted on YouTube for 5 hours and got 5,000 views. Community guidelines and, the automatic moderators didn't block it or anything. But I've uploaded videos before that had no swear words or anything like that in them, and they've immediately yellow dollar signed it. Somebody make it make sense.
This is just one video that we've seen. But we know that another migrant was murdered in a shelter. We know that there's been other assaults on police officers. There have been dozens of arrests for shoplifting. There have been arrests for all other crimes as well. And it's extremely concerning that our sanctuary policy of New York City is protecting these individuals, and the city is prohibiting the NYPD from cooperating with immigration and customs enforcement. And this is something that is unacceptable. It's like going to somebody's house for dinner and you break all the china. I mean, you outdo your welcome. And the fact that the taxpayers that I represent are being forced by this mayor to continue to house these individuals in luxury hotels, provide their every need, even legal services they're paying for, laundry services, is just unacceptable. So I'm calling on ICE to deport these individuals. The problem is they got to do it on their own. They can't get any cooperation whatsoever from the NYPD.